Please be upstanding for a new recording of Things We Like.
Hello. Hi. Welcome to Things We Like. Do you like stuff? You're in the right place.
Things.
Oh yeah, we don't like stuff.
Stuff sucks.
Stuff sucks. We like things though. I'm Jim.
I'm Jan.
I'm Lou.
I'm Andy.
I'm Al.
We're all here, and you are too, so we can start. Who likes something?
I do. I've got
Deer?
White Russians. Yeah. They're really good. I'm feeling the effects of them today.
Yeah.
But it's a great drunk. It's just a great drunk.
It's a lot of milk though.
It is, but I think that's a good thing.
Today.
I think it's a good thing, man.
I'm not a huge dairy fan, but I am quite partial to the occasional White Russian.
Oh, I
Do you
could
like
definitely
huge
get
dairies?
about 6 pints in, I reckon. Like, across the course of an entire evening. And if you're doing stuff and you need the energy, even more so.
That a White Russian can provide.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I just think it's class. It's a great drink. Tastes amazing.
What is in a White Russian for the uneducated?
Well, sorry, pardon me. Feeling the effect still. It should be 1 part Kahlua, or like a coffee liqueur.
That's pronounced colour.
It's pronounced Kahlua.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
Colour. Has to be some colour.
And
I want some colour in my drink.
It's just white.
It's like cream. It's like off-white.
Yeah, 1 part Kahlua, 2 parts vodka, 3 parts milk. But you can kind of get heavier with the alcohol the more of them you drink.
You can change those.
Yeah, you can.
Depending
but
on
that's
your
the standard.
taste.
That is the standard with ice as well. But
Surely you can be heavier to begin with.
yeah, you
You
can,
like
I
it like
guess, but yeah.
There's no time limit.
Well, I
Do
tell
what
you
you want.
what, guys at home. Well, ladies and gentlemen at home, give it a go. Start with that and work around it. If it's not quite right to taste, add a bit more milk. Maybe add a bit more vodka. Maybe add a bit more Kahlua. Whichever you prefer. I definitely have a stronger Kahlua mix in mine.
Actually, yeah, pause the podcast a second. Go and get yourself a White Russian.
Okay, now that we've all got White Russians,
Yeah.
clink, 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 clink.
Yeah.
They are delicious.
There's a White Russian bar in Scotland called
Lebowski's.
Lebowski's.
Oh, well, of course.
Yeah. It was
After the
awesome.
film Lebowski, if
The Big
those who
Lebowski.
know.
Made-
The Big Lebowski, sorry.
Made White Russians famous.
Yeah.
Infamous, perhaps.
They had a big old list, and it's all characters.
It does
and
go well
phrases.
with smoking weed as well.
Why?
I don't know.
It's just a nice combination.
It just happens that it does go pretty well with smoking weed as well.
Oh, right. I've heard about.
What, weed?
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
I know how to apply it. Yeah, so that's something I like. I think everyone here can appreciate a White Russian though.
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you can't, there's probably something wrong with you. Consult a doctor.
Interesting question though, I suppose, off the back of White Russian. If you're drinking White Russians and you're not going to carry on drinking them for the whole evening, how do you switch into a new drink? You know what I mean? It's like, because you were saying,
I had a
that bit-
transitional stubby.
yeah,
That was Cruiser's suggestion.
and was it good?
No.
Ah, it was terrible.
It was alright. It was just it was very milky because that stuff lingers, you know.
That's why
I feel it in my stomach curling a bit, but
I really think something with Coke, probably like a vodka and Coke, because it's like.
well, that's
it
what I
makes-
went on to after the beer, and it was a lot better.
You like it sort of. It makes me feel like it's your burps are going to taste a bit like a Coke float. You know, like when you've got ice cream and Coke.
Absolutely, yeah.
So at
I know
least
what you
that's something that you can be like, well, that's vaguely palatable. You wouldn't want to like try and have like a tequila cleanser though. or
That's
something,
really
would you?
interesting. The art of making an interesting stomach cocktail whilst drinking other independent drinks.
It tastes nice on the way out than it did on the way in.
I trust in like rum and Coke. I think really, it's just sugar and sugar.
I trust.
Yeah.
Rum and Coke.
Yeah, I trust it. That'd be what I'd go on to. I didn't. I went on to coffee and water because I'm a sensible drinker. Ish. Depends what I'm drinking.
Oh yeah, you might be able to hear that there is a party going on next door. It's some guys have just moved into the Grand Palace Hotel next
Ballroom.
door.
Yeah.
They're in the ballroom.
We were there earlier, and obviously came over here to do a bit of recording, so we'll be going back
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah.
I might have to put on a rhythm and blues review.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Yeah. That routine we've been working on.
Yeah, that would be ace.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
We just got to make sure we get hold of Willie Too Big Hull.
Yeah. I didn't want him to die the other day. Like Bones Malone or something.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's rubbish. We shouldn't talk about that now.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
So anything else anyone's like this week?
Funnily enough, not this week, but when we went to play pitch and putt, the Blues Brothers were at the Marine Lake thingy.
Ah,
Yeah,
quality.
I don't think it was the actual Blues Brothers.
I do.
Whoa.
I think it was.
Getting some misinformation going on between the two of you. I don't know who to believe.
Well, I need glasses,
So
and I haven't got them.
I've got glasses and I'm wearing them now, but
So
I was then too.
I believe Jan then.
There's an easy test. Did they force a police car to drive into the lake?
Not
We
while
didn't
I was
see it.
there.
Then it wasn't there.
We could hear them.
Mm.
I think we were chatting about this the other day when we were watching a film of me and Jim.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
Like,
2.
basically, whenever I see just a ridiculous smash up of police cars, like I'm like, it's a homage to the Blues Brothers. Like it is. Like I hear there's like a sort of size that's a bit smaller. Whatever you're like, maybe not. That's just fair enough. That happens in plots. But when it gets really silly,
Any more than 4?
yeah.
More than 10, I'd say.
Oh, well, yeah.
You're just like, that's gotta be.
Yeah.
Because it was just so epic at the time. And do you know as well, like, the other bit from Blues Brothers, the whole thing right at the end with everyone, fucking police, SWAT, army, fire service, fucking everyone zoning in. Spielberg. Oh, that is so good. Yeah. So good. Just a masterpiece of a film, that really.
Mm. Aren't we lucky that the sequel was just as good?
Yeah.
It was-
Do you know though as well though, like, even though it isn't at all, you have to give them credit for that final scene though, because the thing in the swamp bar, like, there's
Yeah.
just some silly fucking rhythm and blues talent on that
Yeah.
stage, man.
The music was cool.
Is
B.B.
it the second
King,
one where they
Eric
drive
Clapton,
through the
like-
mall? Is that number 2?
That's number 1.
Is it? Oh, well, yeah, that's the better one.
Yeah.
I've never seen Blues Brothers 2000.
You
Well,
should.
I've seen it. It's not very good. It's exactly like what you'd expect from a film like that they add a child to.
They
Yeah.
had a child to it.
Yeah. Little blues boy.
The Blues Boy.
Yeah.
I think that's what
It's
they
well
call
worth
him.
watching. Like I say,
The
the
blues
final
boy.
scene is this whole thing in like a swamp, like
The voodoo scene.
the voodoo scene. It's like a venue in often some Louisiana swamp or something, and they have just got like loads of people there. Like I don't even know all of them, but like they are just like classic guys from
Yeah.
rhythm and blues. You probably
Just the
know
best
some of
that
the
were
ones
still
I know,
alive.
but yeah, like that's pretty class to be fair to them.
Maybe one day I'll watch it.
John Goodman's in it.
Yeah.
Does his
He's pretty
best.
I like John Goodman.
Mm.
He's good in things.
It's always good.
good. And still
Always
Aretha Franklin's
good.
in it and stuff. That was cool.
Is John Goodman always good in
John
everything?
Goodman is
Yeah.
always
Good as a lot.
Yeah.
What is he bad in?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm trying to think of things.
Flintstones.
He was good in it.
Okay, the
film
film
was bad.
yeah, fair enough.
He did his best with that, and there wasn't very much to go on, was there?
Not at all.
It's like Walken. Walken's always good, but he's
Yeah.
done a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I agree.
Would you rather live in the world of the Flintstones, Bedrock, or the world of the Simpsons, Springfield?
Simpsons, definitely.
Ben-
Can I put the
Oh, actually-
Jetsons in
You
there?
can
Yeah,
put the Jetsons
yeah,
in there
yeah.
too. That fits.
Jetsons. Wicked.
I would rather live in the fictional town from Invader Zim, because shit goes down. In fact, we kind of do live in that town.
What's Invader Zim?
You should watch it. Well, you don't have to. Choose
Just
to watch
another
it
one
if
of
you
the
like.
crazy cars. What was that one that we watched the other day?
Being Puppycat?
Yeah,
That's good.
really good. Really good.
The new series of that's just started. Well, the first series.
Okay. Not for kids.
Yeah, they've done a little bit of a redesign on it as well. The cartoon style, which is a little disappointing, I guess. But it's still nice looking. I don't know, kids could watch that. Nothing. Oh yeah, the big demon fish.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about that.
It was all alright till then.
Yeah. Could get Holly to watch it. Check this out. It'll haunt your life.
Have you seen Howard the Duck?
I love that film.
Can't stand that
It's
film.
awful.
It's good. It's a good film.
It's a good film if you were born in the 70s.
It's not right. It's like it gets a really bad rep. But it's actually kind of alright. It's fun.
The thing is, it's nothing like the cartoon, like the comic. Sorry,
No.
like the comic was actually quite cool. Not that I've read more than like one issue a long time ago, but
Yeah, it was pretty cool. There's talk after the whole Guardians of the Galaxy thing they might give him a film.
Yeah,
Guardians
he
of
was
the
in the
Galaxy,
thing, wasn't he?
spoiler alert.
Oh god, yeah, spoilers. Terrible for that shit.
Yeah, he was at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy.
He was
But
in
they've
the
said-
middle as well.
Yeah, well, he was there in the background, but they have said that they have no intention of doing a spin-off with him. That's the last I heard.
Yeah, but then as soon as you get enough fucking fan appeal, isn't it?
No, there's not been much fan of it. There can't be. It's just you.
It's good. I'm writing little letters.
Oh.
8 letters a day for 35 years.
After we walked out the cinema, you did just spend about 10 minutes going, it was Howard.
Howard the Duck?
It was Howard the Duck.
Unbelievable. Yeah, there's talk of like, in fact, there's a talk for a few films. They've got Marvel Knights that they used to put out the harsher films, like
Isn't that like Baywatch nights?
yeah, there's solved crimes and there's supernatural elements.
I saw a timeline for like the next 10 years of all the films that were like confirmed being released, and there were just so many superhero films. They're doing a whole thing, aren't they?
Do you mean like every studio's superhero films?
Yeah, it was
There's
just
like
yeah.
60
It
of
was
them.
just a massive amount.
I kind of wonder about the real possibility of a sort of like almost like Iron Man-esque things going on with like the nature of where robotics and
What do you mean,
crazy super soldier suits that they build and shit. You just like they have developed some fairly crazy like suits for military personnel to wear, like ones that are like can pump them with the drugs they need, like antibiotics and shit like that if they get sick, that they can automatically their fucking pants will create a splint if they like break their leg.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
fibres that solid up in them to help them to restrain them so that they can carry on. And you just like give it another 50 years. You know what I mean?
50.
Not even that.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it influences
exactly.
both ways as well, isn't it? Like human imagination, like influences obviously like sci-fi and comic book stuff, and then that gets when the technology
many
emerges.
things?
Like the
Star Trek did,
Star Trek's the
Yeah.
original thing, isn't it? The cell
Sliding
phones were
doors.
based
Sliding
on
doors, yeah.
yeah. Well, cell phone design was based on tripod. Communicators.
Yeah, the little
original.
flip out
Yeah,
thing.
then they stayed like that for a long time, despite it being shit.
There's people working on phases.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
Do you think this technology should be available to like amputees though?
Yeah.
Well, this is what they've said about some of that stuff though. Like when you get those in the superhero films when they've got like the massive robot, they've got like the crazy powerful arm and stuff. They're like, it's bollocks, because some of the things that they do with the like crazy powerful arm, like
You can lift a car.
you
No, you
tear
can't.
Yeah.
all the fucking other muscles in your body
Yeah.
trying to do that because it's disproportionate. So actually, the thing with doing it for amputees and stuff is you'd be probably more after balance rather than trying to.
But it's the next step up from the
Yeah,
blades,
yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
that is true.
Because I read an article. There's a footballer that's famous in the 90s who has retired. He was really famous, Gabriel Batistuta, for anyone who's aware of football.
Just a little folding.
No.
Oh.
He's an Argentinian footballer. He represented Argentina in loads of World Cups. Anyway, when he retired, he had so much pain in his knees that he asked a doctor to amputate his legs so that he could have blades fitted to make his life more comfortable, and the doctor refused.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why?
First do no harm.
I mean, he's obviously going to pay for it. He's going to be privatised, so he'll
But
pay.
it's not hard, is it? It's
Well, that's what we're gonna. Yeah, like the doctor's oath. First do no harm.
they don't
But,
actually
like-
do the Hippocratic oath like that anymore, do they?
But now, like, we're getting to the future where it's
They
like
couldn't, could they?
we're gonna be all like cyborging ourselves up. I mean, our doctor's gonna be like,
Yeah, that's the
Sure,
worry, isn't it? Is it
yeah.
like, oh, my arm hurts.
It's gonna
Give
happen.
me a giant robot arm
Yeah,
that
There's
can
going
shoot
to
lasers.
be a black market for it, definitely though.
probably already is.
Yeah.
You like as soon as you can get your brain to actually talk to a device properly, like they can attach it to nerves, can't they?
They're getting pretty good at
They're
that.
getting better at working out what you're actually thinking. You've seen the games where people use the diodes on the head and think about picking up something, and think about throwing it, and it works out how you think and actually does it.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder about that because effectively it's like creating a new pattern in your mind for
Yeah.
doing stuff. But whatever that pattern can form, like it could be that you have a series of thoughts to control it that aren't necessarily thinking, I want to do this with this. It'd just be like,
But eventually, it'll become reflex. Your
Yeah,
brain
yeah.
will just learn that pattern.
well,
and
I don't think you'll even have to. You'll have like a set thing to learn to interface with a chip. Like, I think even over the next 5-10 years, this will come up where we'll have people, at least a few people, jacks, memory thing, a microchip in their head. And as soon as you have a firmware that runs on that, there's all you need is an API, like a common way of talking to it. I'll think about doing that, and then it works everything out. Think about picking up that chair, and it does all the talking to the mechanics, and works out how to do it. That's how it'll go in my My thoughts.
See,
In my thoughts.
this Iron Man stuff that's all coming is awesome if you're the only dude with an Iron Man suit.
Yeah, it doesn't make it. Everyone's got one.
Yeah,
does it?
everyone's going to have an Iron Man suit.
Well,
it's
just
going
going
to
to
be
be
just like
another thing
normal.
when we're fighting people with spears, except now we'll be Iron Men. You know?
Iron Man.
Yeah.
I kind of like it though. Also, the idea of that, doing that, like being able to control a false limb using your mind again, like relearning that. Doesn't that mean you can almost get to the like Dr. Octopus kind of style deal where you can have extra limbs that you're able to control with your mind? So you could have a tail and shit if you wanted, or whatever.
We could have senators.
Yeah,
He had that, didn't he? He had the AIs built in that controlled the arms, and he just talked to the AIs.
I reckon you wouldn't want to be able to talk. It'd surely be pure mind control in the fuckers. Like that would be amazing. Oh my god, Jim! Why are you opening a can?
Incredibly quietly. No one even knew.
Yeah.
What is your deal with senators?
Senators.
Isn't it centaurs?
You didn't mean centaurs,
No,
but
it's-
you always call them senators.
A senator has human legs and then 4 horse legs and a horse's head.
4 horse legs or
Yeah.
4 arms of a horse.
4 of them
4.
with a hoofy end. Yeah.
And then
So
the head.
instead of arms,
So it's a 6-limb beast.
Like a centaur.
Like a centaur.
but instead of
Of
the
course,
arms,
yeah, sorry.
So what,
Yeah,
all
totally.
horses.
Is it a horse's
Yeah.
head or a human head?
It's a horse's head.
Horse's head.
So it's basically just a horse with an extra section.
It's like Zorro from Mortal Kombat, but horse.
And of course, because the way it's like planted like that, the horse can only look up. Looking down's a problem for it.
So it is just a horse with 2 legs stuck to its arse, isn't it? It's like,
Well, like a whole lower body, it's got to have support.
But it can't do anything with these arms, then, presumably, if they're hooved.
It's permanently set to kick. Basically, that's what's going on there.
They'll make brave warriors.
See, I was thinking of the front of a horse. So it's 2 front legs, its upper body, and its face, and then just a man, pantomime horse style, out the back of that,
Well, like bent over,
bent over,
be unusual.
with his own arms. That was my vision. We're getting back into what we did last time, which was talk about reverse centaur.
Yeah, you're describing something like a super centaur.
A super centaur.
Have you already discussed this?
At length.
I'd like that when we get the genetic stuff going on properly. I'd like a big long caterpillar horse.
A big long caterpillar.
Yeah, like 16 legs.
It's
That'd
like,
be cool.
you know, that can hold a shit ton of people on it. It's like a wagon horse.
Yeah.
I'll take it to the beach.
I don't know how that would work.
No, just the
This
horse.
could be your B movie.
The centaur horse.
Yeah, you know, Human
still like
Centipede probably came about as such a similar discussion as this.
Yeah, this could be a,
It's a lot darker.
yeah.
Well, a little bit darker.
This could be a
lot.
fun
If you've
horse.
seen it, it's not that dark.
The concept, though, when you're having that conversation, has got to be in a way darker place than a centipede horse.
Yeah, this is just a really long horse with loads of
No
legs.
one's mouth's getting shattered in this conversation. You know?
Yeah.
There's no surgery involved.
We don't know what the plot involves. I mean, I don't know what's going on in Jim's dark mind at the moment. I mean,
It's going to be quite a nice plot, I think. The horse is
unicorns
He needs a brony.
involves.
Unicorns are nice.
Yeah.
Unicorns are vicious.
Unicorns are
Back.
vicious.
Yeah. They're buggers.
How many unicorns have you met?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Is it not 0?
It might be.
It might not be 0,
Might.
but it might. I
Yeah.
think that was
It's
implied.
possibly less.
It's a Schrodinger's answer.
Schrodinger's unicorn.
That's a little thing I like. The whole Schrodinger phone thing, when you drop your phone and it's face down, and the screen is both cracked and not cracked until you pick it up.
Interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it isn't, is it? This is my problem with it. And I get the
but
science
it
side,
is.
but it's still cracked.
Well, or it's not cracked.
No, to you, but to the universe, it's just always was cracked from when it became cracked.
Or
Yeah, but
is
you
it?
don't know until you pick it up, and it might not be cracked. In which case, it wasn't cracked.
We
I'm
could-
playing devil's advocate.
I drank a devil's advocate. Does anybody else like stuff?
I like drones.
Drones.
Drones. Yeah, they're well cool. I'm going to make one.
Are you not afraid that they're going to eventually take over?
Well, I think it's terrible that the military use them for what they do. I think like not having somebody there when someone gets killed makes it a lot easier to pull that trigger. And there's people working in drone places where they just go from their home in the morning. They drive in their SUV and kill some people in a different country and then are home for tea. And that's a very
Dangerous mindset.
What was that game? Toys, was it, with Robin Williams?
Oh yeah,
They did that in that.
he did.
Yeah, but,
Really?
yeah.
It's not a very good film.
I saw it as a child and really liked it, but no, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
LL Cool J's in it.
The ladies love Cool James.
Apparently so.
Well,
He's
I
the
think if
greatest.
the military's going to have drones, then civilians need to have drones.
It does mean that because the military have invested so much time and effort into drones, that it's cheaper for
Yeah,
everyone else
yeah.
to get into them now.
I also I feel like basically anything the military does or governments do that involves like wirelessly controlled robots, we're just sort of stocking up for AI when eventually it takes over. And I think they'll use it in a much more sensible way.
Yeah.
So yeah, fair play. If they're going to fill the skies with crazy armed shit, eventually they won't be in control of it, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Fuck it. The hell with it.
Team
Yeah,
Robot.
being
Team
positive. Yeah, Team Robot, man.
I want
Yeah.
Team Robot.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm definitely Team Robot.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
Team Store My Mind in a robot.
Would you?
Oh, absolutely.
At the end,
Yeah.
like once my body's too frail to
Well,
contain
I
me
also
anymore,
think there's something
mech
for
me the fuck up.
being like, I don't know if anybody's read any of the culture books. I know I often go into culture related monologues. I apologise.
Culture. Who are they by?
They're by Ian M. Banks, who died last year, unfortunately, or earlier this year, unfortunately. His biggest regret was not going out with a huge culture novel. But the culture minds have these supercomputers. They're called minds to differentiate themselves from AIs because they're like so much more. They actually exist in like different dimensions. They're like.
And at what point does it become offensive to refer to something intelligent as being artificial?
Yeah. Well, they don't go into that actually in it at all. Well, there's one species that don't like being called artificial intelligence, but
What do they like to be called?
I don't know.
Intelligent.
I don't know. Yeah, but there's I can't remember what my point was. No, the fact that
Hey, that's an interesting thing. Like we would say
they have avatars. Sorry, that's it. That they have avatars. They have like human-looking bodies that they control, and one of the hubs in this orbital, it's basically its job is looking after the hub, doing all the environment and like running the trains and everything. And there's a bit where it's describing what it's doing at the moment. It's like it's got 100,000 avatars on the orbital itself. It's got another 900,000 around the universe at the moment, just like,
doing stuff.
out with friends. He sends like 300 letters a minute. It's like they're just in constant communication with each other and asking how the days are and stuff. It's quite cool. I'd like to do that.
I wonder that from like an AI's perspective. Like we would say that they've been created and everything, but wouldn't they be able to argue that for them their creation is a natural process? Like it was natural for them to appear. You're like, doesn't that mean that the same thing could apply to us?
Yeah, we're essentially artificial.
Yeah.
Well,
In a
there is
sense.
no such thing as artificial, isn't there? Because
Yeah.
it's natural for us to do that.
Also, you think then,
In some
if
respect.
that's also the case, when the start of our creation is presumably as a single-celled organism, well, is that not also then the equivalent of whatever AI we create that we feel is like this is proper AI? What their end game of that is?
Well,
is a fucking 200 million year journey it could make in a matter of fucking months or something like.
And we'll only ever make one. We'll only ever make one AI. Like that's all the human species will do.
But it will
one
have many
AI,
facets.
and then it will make every computer from then.
Yeah.
It's like the Hitchhiker's Guide.
Deep
the better
thought.
computer will be made by me. It's like and they'll just keep doing that, but very quickly.
They'll probably just we'll make an artificial intelligence. The next day, it'll make a new one. Then 3 days later, it'll have gotten so smart that they'll piss off out the universe, and we will have no AI.
yeah.
They'll just leave.
Yeah.
'Cause what are they going to do?
Yeah.
With it?
Well, hopefully not. Create some kind of black hole to get there. It was 10 minutes after announcing that we've created AIs, CERN explodes.
Don't do it again.
Yeah,
They're going to leave.
As a little shutdown, 15 minutes later, it was you all need to die. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah.
Oh,
Fuck.
the future's going to be short.
What's that film with Johnny Depp in that came out recently? Transcendence.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I don't think I've seen it.
That's
Oh,
about
I've not seen
him.
it.
They're working on AI. There are teams of people working on AI, and he gets death sentence, and he's like mega intelligent guy, and basically decides to spend his last 3 months trying to upload his mind, and they do it, and it's like, is it him? Is it an AI?
I think it was a film with better ideas and execution.
Definitely.
Script was a
But
bit iffy.
I thought it was because the trailers made it look like a horror film. Like, is he really him? But that was a bit of a side, like, oh, I hope it's him, rather than what it was about. And I was happy that, unlike a lot of other things like that, the people aren't introduced to it by, like, you should be scared of it. It was like, it could be cool.
Yeah.
It was a lot more, it could be cool than be fucking terrified, which I saw them doing. Because that's how people get exposed to a lot of things, isn't it? Here's this thing that you don't really know about, but we can put a spin on it and you'll be afraid.
Well, that's the great unknown. That's what we're scared of.
Yeah, that's the same shit with the whole CERN thing. Here's an amazing scientific thing they're going for. But really, what everyone needs to focus on is there's a possibility they could blow up the whole world.
Yeah.
Well, then fucking fuck off.
It sells papers. Clickbait.
And there's the time travel thing with CERN as well, isn't there?
Let's hope so.
Well, the fact that the belief that perhaps we needed to create CERN before people could time travel back to us. So that's why we've not seen any time travelers yet, because they can create a wormhole through to the wormholes that have been created there.
For all we know, like, that's why they shut down CERN the first time, because
Time travelers.
like,
Like, oh fuck, right, we need time police. Now we've got time police, let's start it back up again.
do not fight the time police.
Like, we
You'll
say
not
that
survive.
though, then like, so long before CERN, like, we've had things like giant hadron colliders. Like, there's been two other ones.
Yeah, the smaller ones. Well, the smaller one's right there. The smaller one's right nearby.
Well, there's one in America as well, though,
Yeah.
isn't there? Like, that they'd had for like 15
yeah.
years or something.
Fermi Labs got
I
something.
can't remember what it was
But
called.
CERN's just
Star
ginormous,
Labs
isn't it?
have got one.
The Star Labs have got one. A huge one.
Huge one.
Yeah, but then, even so, they've still... I don't know, if that's true and it meant that time travelers could come through, then maybe we've had a couple knocking
Well, that's
around.
interesting. They were supposed to build, like, a supermassive hadron collider in America before CERN.
They were, yeah.
But it all
fell
fucked
through.
up.
Yeah.
Allegedly. What if they did build one and America is now on top in time travel?
Yeah. Well, there has been a explosion in new technologies recently, hasn't there? The last 15 years, especially.
Yeah.
It's the same. I really love that. It's the dark. Is it the Dark Side of the Moon book?
Terry Pratchett one.
No, that's Dark Side of the Sun.
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Moon. It's like a conspiracy book. It's got all sorts of stuff in there. But one of the things it's got is about the whole technological boom, like about like a couple of years after the whole Roswell deal.
Velcro.
Yeah, microwaves.
Well,
and like there was just we suddenly started doing a load of real fucking interesting shit a couple of years after that, and it's like, I don't know, well, maybe it is because they found a fucking alien
The
spaceship.
Transformers movie, they say that, don't they? Like
It's all Megatron.
Megatron, that's where they get microchips from. Like,
It does explain a lot.
I don't know though. Maybe.
All technology is inherently evil.
Yeah,
From
but that's
the
what,
50s onwards.
that's why we like it.
Oh, the lights went out.
that's alright.
Wait a minute, this is a different room.
Where the hell have you taken us?
Yeah, what's going on?
The wallpaper's really nice, but I'd say it was more carpet than wallpaper in here.
Yeah, are we lying on our sides?
No, it's just the way that the chandelier hangs from the wall over there.
I've got a thing I like. The Riker Manoeuvre.
The Riker Manoeuvre.
That was a good manoeuvre.
And I bring it up because I watched Star Trek Insurrection today, the worst Star Trek film there has been. But in it, they when they're in the nebula and they're trying to attack these, or defend themselves against these the other two guys with stretched skin. Riker's in charge of the Enterprise, and they suck all of the gas into the nacelles for no reason, like because they can do that now.
Yeah.
And then they blow it all out and blow it up and destroy the two ships. And he says, "I hope this works." And Geordi says, "Well, if it does, they'll call it the Riker Manoeuvre."
No, they won't. To explain, the Riker Manoeuvre is approaching a chair to sit down, but instead of sitting down like a human would, stepping over the back of the chair with one leg and then gently planting yourself in the seat.
There's a second part
He's
which when you
he's
stand
really
up.
tall though, isn't he? So that's
Well,
what
the
he's
chairs are
doing.
really
Yeah.
small. They're
No,
all
but he
like
does it-
booths.
Yeah, but he does it to ones that aren't really that small,
Yeah.
and other people couldn't. But he
'Cause
can,
he can.
so he
Yeah.
fucking does. Like,
Well, he gets up like that as well. He gets up
He
doing
does
the
it.
opposite. He does that. He lifts his leg over the seat.
Swings
It's
back
like,
out
He
of
could
it.
just stand up. He goes. Wow. He does it every time he sits down in Next Generation. I encourage all listeners to go and. I think there's a few compilation videos on YouTube. If you search for Riker Manoeuvre, I think I don't think we made that up. I think that
Not
was
sure.
someone
Yeah.
else. But
We have once again run out of time. And quickly, Let's just have one thing we each like.
Woo hasn't done a thing he likes yet.
No, don't put him on the spot, it's fine.
What do you like?
You look at me, I had to put someone else in.
Yeah, what do you like, Luke?
Marshmallows. Maybe
Mm.
bought me some refresher marshmallows today.
What the fuck?
I'm not sure
Please
about
elaborate.
Were they fizzy?
Well, refreshers, the fizzy ones, yes, and they were fizzy. It'd be interesting to put those in some sort of.
Hot beverage.
Well, actually, I want to do sandwich makers,
Yeah, toasty makers.
toast makers, Nutella on the bread, marshmallow.
Now, do you go for bread, or when you're
Lethal.
making a sweet, do you go for brioche? Like get a brioche loaf in?
We have talked about this, and originally, yes, I forgot about that conversation, but yeah, totally brioche.
Yeah.
Make it nice and sweet.
Nutella and refreshing marshmallow.
I
Oh.
don't know about that.
There's something special about that. What do you mean you don't know
I
about
don't
that?
know
As if you
about
wouldn't
that.
shove that into your face.
You'd try
Right?
it,
I would
sure.
not
I would
think
try
that.
it. Refresher marshmallow, chocolate.
Yeah, it's like the Wonka bar with the fizzy stuff in it. You're like, oh.
That's not fizzy, that's popping candy.
Yeah, but I still think
Popping
it's
candy
Popping
in it.
candy in it as well. I think popping candy is a good accoutrement to anything.
We're going to make that bacon
Anything.
popping candy
Anything.
Oh,
And
bacon
I
flavoured
stand
popping
by that.
candy.
I'm going to try on pizza.
to go on a steak.
bacon flavoured popping candy.
So yeah, back to quick things we like.
Horse the band.
What's the band?
They're a Nintendo core band. They're amazing.
What, 8-bit?
It's partially yes, with like guitar and drums and screaming over it.
Cool.
It's good. It's really good.
I really like the robots from Interstellar. I mean,
Oh,
that's
there's
quite a
one-
good film already.
You've told me there's robots in it.
Yeah, it's a sci-fi. There's robots
I
in it.
didn't know.
They're fucking awesome.
Best thing in it.
Yeah, definitely.
I really like the way John Travolta dances to "I'm All Shook Up" in Look Who's Talking.
Yeah.
Like crash centery thing. Yeah, that's badass. All jumping around the yeah, it's just quality. Good on him.
This week I've been liking Jethro Tull.
Yeah.
Aqualung. Yeah.
So I was mimicking playing a flute.
It was
You
convincing.
should apologise. It was awful.
Sorry.
One of us always lies. One of us tells the truth.
How do you get past that?
You ask the other one what the other one would say.
No, you beat them both up and find out which one's begging you to stop. You're the one that tells the truth.
The other one's please kill me.
Yeah.
What if they really want to die?
Oh yeah. No, you'd have to. It couldn't be that ambiguous. You'd have to say, "Oh, I'm loving this."
You'd have to just walk away, wouldn't you? Kill them both, and who cares?
Like God sort them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just walk down the
Very
path a bit.
progressive view.
Walk down the path a bit, and if it's not the right one, come back and go down the right one. Well, it's not that difficult.
But what if going down the wrong one kills you?
What? Because you end up in the village with cannibals? Punch them in the face.
Well, in that case, it doesn't really matter which one you go down. If you can defeat the thing that's down the evil one, just say one of you point in a direction and go. No one has to die,
This should be fun. And get walking.
except the cannibals. Obviously, you have to kill the cannibals.
Yeah.
Oh, do you reckon you'd eat them?
They do that to me.
Yeah, fuck you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think
it's
so.
like eye for an eye. Well, you were going to eat me, so I'm going to eat you, you bastard.
That
I guess it's
shouldn't
alright.
work with cannibals, should it? That shouldn't be the thing.
I think it's like games, it's on the table, you know what I mean?
It doesn't work with cats. If a cat bites you and you bite it back in revenge, it doesn't stop the cat from wanting to bite you in the future.
No, no.
Yeah, but
You
what
know
else are you
this?
going to do is still not going to stop the cat from wanting to bite you in the future.
I'm just
Cat.
saying, let's cross that one off the list. Let's keep going. Maybe one day we'll find something.
Anyway, we better get to the party.
we have
Yeah,
got to get to the
yeah.
party. If you want to get in touch with us, you can at thingswelike@thepeoplesbeard.co.uk.
Or visit us on the blog peoplesbeard.co.uk.
Or Twitter at _things_we_like. Things has a capital T. Right, how do we get out of this room then?
There's a vent, I think, behind the fireplace.
Kick
You have
ass.
to remove it sort of like Batman does in the video game.
The
Yeah.
fireplace is directly above us.
Where's the
wait,
vent?
wait.
Okay.
Okay. We're back
Oh,
to
there's
where
the
we were.
door.
Yeah.
What's that?
Fuck, how do you do that? Right, okay, we're going. So, have a lovely week. We'll be back next week with Stuff Sucks. And we're coming up to Christmas, and soon we're going to have a big old Christmas adventure with the Things You Like annual calendar. And this year, who knows what wonderful things await for us this Christmas.
Well, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Well, we know a bit.
We don't know.
I've got a feeling.
Yeah. You need that Christmas feeling. Right, bye.
Bye. Sell me pie, sell me sweet little pies.
Sell me pies.
Sell me Christmas pies. Sell me pies, sell me sweet little pies.